Hello, I'm Cher. I'm a musician who has not one but two small businesses to keep me going. Business number one is that I buy and sell used and rare books. Business two is a handmade sewing and craft business. I mostly make bags, but I make some beaded jewelry and paper stuff like journaling sorts of things. And I come around and talk to you about the business, my perspective on it, and shove a little music at you. I had a couple days where I didn't sell anything, which, if it's a long term thing, it would be very bad. But when it just happens every now and then, it's like a little vacation. You don't have to wrap anything up and go to the post office. I'm at the post office so often, everyone knows me. Along with the other mail order business people, I'm not the only one. Anyways, since I always worry about there being no continuity, no follow through on my videos, since I actually had some time, I made two tote bags out of some of my new fabric that I showed you in the last one. Here we go. I didn't have to bring two of them over here. Is this not stunning? Pocket? Yeah, well, anyways. um, Hopefully you can see, because the gold is all shiny. It's just amazing. Eye-catching, we'll say. I'm very happy with it. Yes, I got the African wax print on sale at a good price, but since I usually use canvas, heavy canvas, for my tote bags, I had to use interfacing, which isn't that big a deal, but there's a couple more steps: cutting it out, ironing it on, that stuff, and a bit more expense, which I actually have no idea how much that is, since I buy interfacing a bolt at a time because it's cheaper that way. So when you have this big mass of it, you kind of think it costs nothing. Usually I don't go from start to finish in one day, if that makes sense. I would be cutting out more, meaning more than two bags worth, and it's more of a process. So one day might be cutting and ironing, and the next day maybe pinning on the straps and starting to sew them. The strap placement is the most complicated part of the bag. Once the straps and pockets are on, the rest is pretty easy. Anyways, I did this for you, so I'd have a finished product to show you, which seems kind of crazy to me, sitting here alone in my living room talking to a telephone. Yeah, it was really pleasant having a day to just sew. I guess my business, personal life balance is kind of crazy, really. Everything gets kind of jumbled up, and it's hard to feel like you're on top of any one of them. I had the idea to divide it up and have certain days to do certain things. Like on Monday, I would only work on bookstore stuff. Tuesday, I would only be handmade business. And I wouldn't be able to do anything but those things on those days. But it didn't work. I tried. I'm not even sure why it didn't work. Too many rules, not flexible enough. If someone asks a question about a book on the wrong day, am I supposed to wait until my next assigned bookstore day to answer it? Etc. I tried it, it didn't work. I thought it would make me more relaxed and organized, but no, like the opposite. It's kind of hard for me to plan ahead at all since the goals keep shifting and changing. I kind of make these massive lists and then look at them in the morning and pick out some stuff and put it in order of importance and start doing. I have never once made it all the way through a list. I don't even come close. And this brilliant idea to start a new business on top of the old business even though I am hoping that the new business mostly replaces the old business, well, it hasn't made my life any easier. It's supposed to be in the long run, but at this point, whew, yeah, things seem so simple when they are just theories. Just do A, B, and C, and voila. Huh. No matter how much you research and how much you think you know, there will be all sorts of things that you didn't realize you had to do, or roadblocks to get over, or facets that you discover that you absolutely can't do no matter what. And you can't afford to hire anyone to do them. So you have to do without, or find some crazy workaround, or live with something that's just not good enough until you find a way to make it better. Pretending it doesn't make you cringe. Last year, I was really broke because last year was the first official year of business, and I spent and spent and spent trying to get everything I needed. Some things I probably bought too soon because I thought there were things I had to have, and I probably didn't. But oh well, what can you do? This year is much easier because the spending is more manageable. I always think of the story of the shoemaker and the elves, where the poor shoemaker is down to leather enough to make one pair of shoes, and the elves come in at night and make such a fantastic pair of shoes that he's able to buy leather for 2 pairs of shoes after he sells the first pair. I, of course, don't have any elves, and the story is a little too stripped down. I mean, didn't the shoemaker have overhead? Didn't he have to eat? But I always think of the philosophy of the story. Start small, do your best, grow your business, etc. Since I'm a book person, I can tell you that my copy of the story was a tip-top little elf book. I'm pretty sure it was. And I can picture the illustrations, but I can't tell you who drew them. Why didn't I save that book? Why didn't I ever think that I was going to make a video in the future, way in the future? Anyways, I know so many people who are anti-self-employment who would never think of starting any sort of business or be able to believe in it. I mean, not everyone should be self-employed. I don't have a problem with people who work traditional jobs. I just don't understand why they don't even think starting a business of your own is an option, to feel like you have more control. Although year one of a new business is not a time when you feel like you control much of anything. But you have your dreams to get you through. Or they figure you can't start any kind of business until you have masses of money to start something big. If I would have said when I was in fourth grade or whenever, when they ask you what you want to do when you grow up, if I would have said, I am going to buy and sell used and rare books, I wonder what reaction that would have gotten. I mean, truthfully, when I was that age, I wouldn't ever have even thought of it. Yeah, they probably would have said I would fail at it because I'm so bad at math. My home ec teacher, all girls, had to take a year of home ec when I was a kid. My home ec teacher, oh yeah, she probably would have laughed when she had any idea I would be trying to sew things to sell. She would laugh very derisively. We didn't get along. She was trying to teach us to cook and sew and be a good housewife. And actually, cooking and sewing are both things I enjoy, but I didn't enjoy them in a class. Anyways, I cannot sew as good as my grandmother did. Anything like. She said she didn't sew as well as her grandmother. I buy old sewing books when I see them, just as kind of a connection to her and to the lost arts. Well, kind of lost. I don't have time to do the hand sewing that my grandmother did. Sewing many, many things that are alike over and over on a machine isn't anything like the kind of sewing that she did. Yes, she had a machine and she made the most beautiful garments, but she did so many beautiful things by hand, which wouldn't fit into a business frame of mind, would it? What would you have to charge for all that time? I try to save some of my creativeness for slower, more meticulous projects, but mostly I make fairly simple things I can sell at a decent price. The trick is to use cool fabric, or at least my trick is to use cool fabric, which I guess brings me back around to my lovely African wax print bag. Full circle? Maybe not much of a circle. I just am rambling today. I did an experiment. Yes, they're right here. Let's get the cat hair off. I did an experiment and I made 2 scrunchies. Well, this is 1 strip of cloth cut in half out of the African wax print to see if they would work. And that answer would be, yeah, but not really. It's too crisp. It holds its shape too much. It's too structured. They look good, I think. But they don't act like you want a scrunchie to feel and act. I'll throw them in my box of scrunchies and see if anyone actually buys one. I only made 2. It's just an experiment. We have a market on Saturday, and generally when I take in a new thing, and I'm sitting there like a proud mother waiting for people to say something about my new thing, no one notices. I mean, really, they can't tell the new things from the old things. I keep wanting to jump up and point it out and demand compliments, but of course I don't do that. I had my red satin scrunchies at the last market, but that one got rained out before anyone saw them, or indeed saw much of anything. I also had my bead keychain dangles, which weren't exactly new, but I had redone them with better jump rings, and they had never been to a market before, so I was looking out for those as well. One lady did look at their keychains or bead dangles. One lady did look at them and she said, "Oh, these are nice." So there was that one compliment. I ordered a stand for them to go on, so they'll look a little more official this time, hopefully. If the stand looks as nice as it does in the photo online, which is a big if. Anyhow, maybe I should have a special new This Market section. I probably wouldn't do any good. I am the only one who cares about my new babies when I put them on display. However, with this gold, if I can get the new African wax print bags hanging in the sun, I don't think people will be able to miss them if they try. Oh, I have high hopes. But watch, not one person will pay attention at all. It's the way it goes. Okay, song time. This is an old song, and we haven't done it in ages. And when I got it out and started going through it, it's like, how's it go? So, I always say, if it's a little rough, forgive me. And they're always rough, and yeah, anyways. You can walk down my street, baby, but don't turn your head when you walk past my door. We are through. I've had enough of you. I don't want to see you anymore. You can drive down my street, baby, but don't slow down when you go past my door. There ain't nothing left, don't have regrets. I don't want to see you anymore. just keep looking straight ahead as you drive off into that sunset, baby. Don't look back, I'm asking you if you wanna know what's good for you. You can shop on my street, baby, but don't hang around hoping to see me. Put me out of your head, pretend I'm dead, 'cause I don't wanna see you anymore. You can pick up your phone, baby, you can call anyone in the world but me. I'll hang up, I'll get your calls blocked. I don't wanna see you anymore. You just keep looking straight ahead as you drive off into the sunset, baby. Don't look back, I'm warning you if you wanna know what's good for you. You can live in my town, baby, but if you stay out of places where you think I'll go. It's all over now, we've taken our vows. I don't wanna see you anymore. You can walk down my street, baby, but that's as far as you can go. Don't care where you go if you leave me alone. I don't wanna see you. I don't wanna see you. No, I don't wanna see